Peace. Gotta get straight into this. Goerdie Rose, CERN, the D Wave, HP Lovecraft, demons flooding in, spiritual warfare. Oh my. But I want to speak on briefly just touching on it, because matter of fact a lot of this is coming intuitively. Like matter of fact, I just feel the ancestors. Like I just kind of brushed across a few videos that spoke on the D-Wave situation. It's basically like a kind of like an extension of CERN, if I'm not mistaken, but they're basically like dealing with opening up portals. They're trying to connect computers or like internet use with like actual interdimensional connections, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to pull information and different things from different beings from different dimensions. As a matter of fact, go look up, you probably find different videos of the brother, like I said, Goerdie Rose, like Geordiierose, if I'm not mistaken. I'll look up D-Wave and listen to his speech. He got like a lecture to some computer programmers, letting them know basically like almost like a warfare recruiting type of thing. Like, hey, we about to open the floodgates of these demons. We about to possibly let some demons through this gate. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a part of it, you know what I'm saying? For the better or the worse, you know, you should sign up. But basically, if you catch that video, you'll see how upfront, matter of fact, and how he brought up HP Lovecraft, because he was talking about how, and if you aren't familiar, I got videos on HP Lovecraft, as well as other videos you could go look up, but basically kind of like fathered the style of horror novels, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, dealing with Necronomicon and things of this nature. Matter of fact, the figure Cthulhu, the little winged monster with like an octopus face or whatever, but that kind of comes from his stories. And basically he was talking about like this realm we're opening is gonna allow beings from this type of realm, you know what I'm saying? In which part of what he was saying in this speech like was how can I say, because it's warfare. Because another thing too, before I get into the HP Lovecraft thing, he was making computers sound like they were way more smarter than man. So that's spiritual warfare strike one, as far as that all beings, you know what I'm saying, especially we know from our ancient Atlantis days that we are the technology. You know, it's a reason why we created the computer and the computer didn't create us. And thinking that, you know, like, oh yeah, a computer just is so much, you know, more than what a human could do. That's almost like saying a human or us in our smaller form on a soul level or on a physical level. That's like saying that our physical or soul is like way more greater than the wholeness of source itself. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so if you read in between the lines, which that's if you are aware to read in between the lines, or if you are actually trying to read in between the lines. Because another thing too, what I realized is going to be the tricky thing about somewhat, because people are waking up in essence, but even some quote-unquote conscious people still like into technology on a level where they could be like influenced or persuaded to, you know, deal with technology on a spiritual level, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what he was trying to dress it up to. You know, we're going to be able to connect with these beings from different realms. My brother, my pineal gland does that. How about you decalcify your pineal gland? Don't create no computer that could kill us all. How about you just sit down and decalcify your pineal gland? And then that's when the situation gets, gets into ethnicity, and I don't use that word, but a little quote unquote racial, or more into the skin pigmentation, because people that lack neuromelanin cannot connect on those levels. So that's where the spiritual warfare come in, because it's like, all right, so since I cannot connect on the level naturally, I'm going to create some man-made stuff that could possibly kill us all. And low-key, their aim is to throw off, like say for instance, people in general, I ain't going to say melanin, just people waking up, they're trying to throw that off in general, you know what I'm saying? But basically, it's spiritual warfare. It's warfare on the people who can contact these realms without no computer. Like, I don't need no computer. I know a bunch of people that don't need these things to connect with these different levels, you know what I'm saying? Like, we talk about voodoo. Voodoo, the thing that a lot of you people don't understand, but, you know, may be scared of. But, like, if I want to talk to different deities, things of this nature, I build an altar, you know, something of that nature. So you see the lack of connection within those words of just feeling like, oh, well, you know, computers is all this, and, you know, and then that comes that polarity of, you know what I'm saying, like having melanin and the lack thereof, you know what I'm saying, whereas a lack of a connection. So the people who lack neuromelanin is going to look more to a physical world, you know what I'm saying, because they lack a spiritual connection, where the people that has more neuromelanin, they're going to link to a more spiritual world, you know what I'm saying. So that's the reality of the situation, is that, you know, that's part of spiritual warfare, and that's what's going on right now with the D-Wave situation. They just, like, in essence, like just chaotic warfare from their side, in the essence of, like, where they know the time is up, so they trying anything, you know what I'm saying? And it's almost like, whether, even if it may kind of cause harm to themselves, you know, like, they willing to just take that chance. But, and then back to the H.P. Lovecraft you're speaking on, which I done spoke to y'all about this situation where I'm like, you know, higher beings don't necessarily care about your human mundane life, you know what I'm saying? And not that they're necessarily good or evil, they just don't, you know what I'm saying, don't care about your human mundane things. And when you call upon these beings, let it be for something, you know, of a higher cause, a higher purpose, you know, something dealing with your higher self, and not to pay your bills or win the lotto or anything. But he spoke on how it's like, yeah, these beings, they're gonna, you know, be like these beings from H.P.'s Lovecraft work, and they're gonna be like gods that are neutral, you know, where they're not gonna necessarily be on our side or necessarily against us, but they're just not gonna, basically how he explained, like, he used a good analogy where, like, how we treat ants, or how, you know, how, like, you know, like, say for instance, you don't necessarily hate an ant or anything, but you'll step on an ant pile and not really care about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, same type of instance. But it's basically a spiritual warfare, and they talking about which he said within the next 13 years, so that means they done already started messing with it. You know what I'm saying? But basically they're gonna be trying to open it, you know, open portals, and, like, basically, like, again, like, trying to connect, like, an internet type of connection with interdimensional communication, in essence. Something that your open pineal gland, aka the Philosopher's Stone or the Ark of the Covenant, does, you know what I'm saying? But I guess when you don't, when you lack that sulfur and mercury to create your Philosopher's Stone, and, you know, you gotta build machinery to do the job, I guess, you know. In which that's played out in so many stories, you know, from the Terminator to the Matrix to all that, kind of showing you how, you know, scientists is the people that fuck around and get everybody killed, you know, even down to when it was just melanated people on Earth, and scientists started messing with genetics, you know what I'm saying? Like, scientists, that left brain logic in science, where you just kind of just, it goes masculine and it gets away from, you know what I'm saying, from that feminine side. It never really goes well in this, in most dimensions or realities. Because another thing too, with the dominance of a masculine energy that we're experiencing in our time space reality on this plane of existence called Earth, you know, that is also happening in other timelines and dimensions also, where, you know, certain beings got like a energy that's, you know, overwhelming on one side and keeping everything chaotic, you know what I'm saying? It's time for that, whether it be feminine or just, you know, just an energy that brings back order, you know, and balance. And two, that's why as above, so below, all the ancient stuff started with women. And I was gonna say as above, so below, because men, reason why we have nipples It's not because we give milk. We don't give milk, we don't lactate, so why do you have a nipple? You have a nipple because we all start off as women. We start off as females in the womb, like a female embryo. And then the sex or the gender comes into play, and that separates whether we're gonna stay in that feminine like state or be male like, and as above so below. So in the universe, like what comes first with us in the embryo, that's what came first in the universe. As above so below. Out of the darkness let there be light. You know what I'm saying? Not only that's the darkness on the melanin level, but that's the darkness of the womb compared to darkness of dark feminine energy compared to the solar phallic sperm energy or the masculine energy, or comparison to let there be light. From darkness let there be light. From darkness you get albino and all kind of other different skin pigmentations, not really ethnicities, you know what I'm saying? But you get these different skin pigmentations. So it's as above so below on all levels. But definitely just pay attention to this next wave of spiritual warfare is dealing with technology, where they're gonna try to make technology seem so good and so intriguing to pull us away from spirit. We are the walking technology. You know what I'm saying? Like, the more you stay on your phone looking at Google Maps, the weaker your intuition becomes when it comes to trying to find your way around places. The less you use Google Maps, the stronger it becomes. And other people in oppressive places know this. So, you know what I'm saying? They work on that situation. So just be aware that, all the little, like, oh yeah, computers and this and that. We're gonna, and matter of fact, though, go look up Goerdie Rose or D-Wave, or Goerdie Rose, D-Wave, and CERN. And the brethren just kind of straight. And what's funny, like, he kind of talk in the manner where he kind of like somewhat slick talking, like he's saying it and making it sound scenario. Like, I don't know, you would have to watch the video. But he speak on like demons, like, and don't think of them as demons and this and that. Matter of fact, and as he said that part right after that, and he was like, so y'all right? Y'all down? You know what I'm saying? Basically, and everybody kind of started laughing, but and which I could laugh at stuff like that, because it is, it's all a part of the divine, divine order. You know what I'm saying? Pressure makes diamonds. So, either the carbon could sit around and run away from the pressure and not become a diamond, or to move forward, that carbon could go through that pressure, you know what I'm saying, and turn into that diamond, crystalline. As a matter of fact, and you should check out one of my videos about that, because actually the carbon in our bodies and in our melanin is raising up a notch to like a crystalline form, like a carbon 6 or carbon 7, if I ain't mistaken. I made a video about it, but it's moving from the common construct of carbon 14 or 12. Matter of fact, because the sun rays radiation is different. Matter of fact, and it's eating up things to the point where the regular old carbon dating is becoming hard to do, because the sun rays is eating up at that the old form of carbon. So as above, so below. Not only just with us, but the elements gotta raise their vibration too. It's like, oh, carbon 14, carbon 12, time to raise your vibration, time to switch up, But again, back to the main point. Just be careful with all this D-Wave and people promoting computers more than humans. Anything that promotes physical items over your own soulful and spiritual metaphysical abilities is spiritual warfare against your soul. Just you keep that mind frame about it, you'll know what's up from here on out. You know what I'm saying? And what's real about that too, I'm glad I said that, because even if people come with a smile like, oh yeah man, computers, don't you think computers fun? the devil don't exist, but I was about to say that's the devil. Like that's not, they just, whether through ignorance, whether a lower vibrational being moving through them, whatever the case may be, or purposely and just acting like they don't know no better. Anybody that's promoting the physical being over the spiritual being is a part of spiritual warfare, and they fighting for the physical side. They fighting for their humanity and physicalness. And matter of fact, and this is played out throughout mostly all of the Disney movies. Matter of fact, the Guardians of the Galaxy. And matter of fact, I might just transition a little bit into that. Like, they try to make our God self seem scary. Matter of fact, H.P. Lovecraft were like Cthulhu and these monsters were basically like the God self, our God self that we hadn't seen in so long and hadn't been, connected with, to where it became something scary, especially to somebody who doesn't connect spiritually on that level. You know what I'm saying? Again, like the less neuromelanin you have, the less you could connect on those levels. But what I was gonna say, with the movies Guardians of the Galaxy, like where and they set it up. It's so, like, honestly, that new Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 have so much parallels of information and ancient gnosis in it. But even with his dad being a god but named Ego, like, you know what I'm saying, like, it was so much mixed stuff into it. But like trying to make your god self seem evil and trying to make it seem like, like, oh yeah, cling to humanity, like that's spiritual warfare. Like Guardians of the Galaxy and that message with, like, all those movies have, like, I talk about it on what it is, Kubo, the little cartoon where he played the little guitar, like all that, where they make his grandfather, who's a god, seem scary. Same thing with the situation on Guardians of the Galaxy. But that's spiritual warfare, you know what I'm saying? And it's a chess game, so they found a way to dress it up all pretty, like a euphemism, like a politician getting in front of you and talking about killing people and spreading disease and murdering people, but he says it with euphemisms. So it's like, we're gonna visit this land and we're gonna take back some resources and this, and you know what I'm saying, but it's basically saying we're gonna murder, kill, rape, and pillage, you know what I'm saying, but just use pretty little words too, but that's what's going on. So I repeat, like, and bro, anybody that's just too into it, and that's what we get into now, is the time where we about to see where everything stand on the spiritual warfare battlegrounds, you know what I'm saying? With shamans, we kind of have more of a, what's funny, even though, like, a shaman is on the righteous side, we do kind of have like that Achilles type of vibe to us, where, we kind of sitting back and watch, like we kind of like in which that is true. Some of us are like a shaman for hire, like a assassin, and some shamans are working with the people that's dealing with D-Wave and all that, you know what I'm saying? Some shamans on the light side, you know what I'm saying? It's all how you slicing. And some shamans just sitting back, like eating popcorn, like, look at these humans. Like, but that's all I wanted to share, man, is, stay aware of the spiritual warfare that comes wrapped in this pretty little smiley, like, don't you love computers? And computers so amazing, and they do way more than, no, my pineal gland does way more. Like, I've been on a DMT trip. A computer can't do that. A computer can't manifest things the way I manifest things. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, that is spiritual warfare. If you don't use it, you lose it. So they pushing computers and shiny, like basically like a shiny new little toy, like, here, this new computers, these new iPhones, all this. I made a video not too long ago, don't forget about you in the Matrix, and it's trying to keep you away from your metaphysical abilities. That's why a phone is so addictive, to the point where the first thing you want to do when you wake up in the morning is grab your phone. You know what I'm saying? When our ancient ancestors didn't, waking up meditating. Matter of fact, if they even woke up, probably just floating, just always kind. I'm clowning, but yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like that's a whole different situation. Like like you don't want the technology to cloud up your metaphysical abilities. And it's all a growth. So of course some of you may feel like you're disconnected or you don't feel the power of that because you gotta meditate, you gotta do the work, you gotta start eating healthier. Sorry, meat eaters. Cause honestly that's why a lot of you are disconnected is health. You know what I'm saying? Meditation. Like if you would change your temple up and what it is, unfortunately, how that situation works is of course it's gonna be hard like a crackhead trying to quit crack. Of course it's hard for them to just say, you know what, I'm walking away, you know what I'm saying? Like you're so used to the other thing, but you gotta start somewhere sometime because matter of fact now is the perfect time because the longer you wait, the more and more stronger that lower vibration gets, and keeps you there. But that's about it. Just stay away from the foolishness, man. Know what's real, know what's fake, and there's so many perspectives to that situation. Cause something just hit me to tell y'all that before I left. Like also all the information that these D-Wave and certain people speaking out on, and being allowed to be public information, is a chess game. Every word may not be true or may not, it may be like a twist of certain information, but that's when your intuition compute. That's when your intuition come through, and a computer don't mean shit. Excuse my diction. Well, when I'm watching a video, it's not a computer that tells me, hey, this information seems very truthful. No, it's my inner source and my inner intuition, my inner being, not no damn computer or no technology. Is decalcifying my pineal gland. So remember that. And I'm out on that. Happy now. Peace. Not going too far in the future. Not too far in the past. Right now. Peace.